Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
He just wants to help people move their lives forward. And if you're that person thinking, life is good, but maybe it's not exactly the way I want it to be. I'm not who I thought I would be, not in the situation that I really think I deserve. We're going to talk with him about what he offers and how he can help you out with that. His crusade is called the Unemployed Genius. Always love the title, always will. And that's connected to a platform of products and coaching and so much more. We're going to dig into that today with Franklin McQuaid, who is back on the program with us. How are you doing today?
Oh, extremely awesome. I'm having a great week. Thank you. Thank you.
It's good to have you back here. We've talked about the Unemployed Genius Crusade briefly, and that got us into Great Life, which is a platform of products and insight. Tell us about the Unemployed Genius. You're adding to that crusade. You are enhancing it. You got a lot going on.
Yeah, the vision for the Unemployed Genius Crusade, I think, is always going to grow because it's about people helping people. And if we can find ways and avenues to introduce how our services can help you to live and have a better quality of life, as well as reposition yourself as who you are to who you may want to become and where you want to go in life through the services and tools, the books, the live coaching, and all this. And it's for you to be able to not just have, but to be able to share and create, again, now a cash flow because it's residual and helping people to establish who they could truly become and live a better quality of life. So my goal is to help people to recognize, no, you have a purpose and a dream as an individual. And up until now, you didn't think you had the resources to help you to get there. But now we can offer you that. But we need to recognize, though, our success is a journey. Okay. It's not a destination. So what we're doing is we're giving ourselves permission to use different services and programs together, sharing the concept to create cash flow, but to also get counsel, get teaching, education, life coaching to be able to take ourselves to what the vision we have for ourselves.
How does it start with someone? If they connect with you and let's say they go to your website, theunemployedgenius.net. I have that right. Is that correct?
Yep, it's .net and it's also .com, but they're both the same site. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to do a do-over on that because with everything that's new I'm beginning to do, the site's going to have an uplift.
Yeah. Well, you got a lot going on. It's there's a lot. Let's talk about the veteran part of the program.
Oh yeah, I've always cared about the vets. In fact, I have a page that's been on there for a couple of years, structured just for the veterans. But it didn't dawn on me until actually yesterday that I want to create a completely whole new platform mirroring the Unemployed Genius Crusade, but as the Unemployed Genius Veterans Crusade. And it's geared strictly for veterans. And they're going to they're going to join us and we're going to help them to be able to bring all the veterans aboard. It's for them, the veterans helping veterans live and have a better quality of life under the circumstances they have now. Because a lot of them have gone to war. There's a lot of them that's dismembered, disabled, mental health, various different things. And they're not able to live the quality of life that they thought they once was or could do. I believe we have the resources to help them mentally, emotionally, and then financially so they can live a better quality of life as the person they are now. We can't change what's happened, but we can improve on our situation together. And that's what our cause is, to help people to recognize you're not alone and you don't need to be alone. And it's a program for those who are willing. Because I hear a lot of people say, well, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm ready for change, or I want to start now. Let's do something different. But they're not willing to do what it takes. So I want to challenge people to do what it takes. We have the services. If you want to improve yourself, we can help. If you want to wish you could do it, then you're going to stay where you're at. You can join. And if you can't wish, you have to take action. And we're there for you in multiple ways. And for such a low cost, and after you learn what our cause is for and what it offers, it should be a no-brainer. But I can get fear, people not knowing, but it's a low fee, so you're not really losing nothing. Just get your feet wet, see what it's like. If you don't like it, well then, it's not for you. But I believe you have something for everybody, and we're global.
I heard this phrase recently, and the more I process it and look at others around, it seems true that many of us are addicted to suffering, addicted to suffering. We don't even know we're doing it. We get in such a, call it a rut, a routine, where we look at things negative, or we just look at our situation. And instead of looking at the opportunity and the positivity, and I'm not talking about just throw those rose colored glasses on and everything is wonderful in the sunshine, lollipops and rainbows all over. But it's being realistic that there are some things you can't control, but there are some things you can change. And I can name, and I could say even there's a point in my life where I was addicted to just complaining about the way things are and were. But once you get out of that mentality, maybe it's the victim mentality, life starts to change a little bit, right?
Yeah, you really need to give yourself permission to recognize, your life can change. And there are things being a part of a group and a community, and there's nothing wrong with that. The people who are addicted to what have you go to AA, drug abuse, this, that, whatever. But people getting together to help each other to grow. That's all these are groups. And we're a group of people that won't be denied the type of life and future we now can have together. So that way we make an impact in humanity as a person we're meant to be. That just gives us peace. It also helps humanity to help them become who they can be. I mean, it sounds like a dream, but it was a vision that can come true right now because we have the tools by people working together, pulling together, being a part of something. I'm not asking them to join, I'm trying to be a part of something, a crusade and a movement that can truly change the destiny of many people's lives in multiple ways. We just want to be a community of that type of love, people, to say, hey, just use these services increase because then, you can't give away what you don't have. And now you're able to help humanity in a way in which fills your soul, your being who you are, the charities you want to give to, the friends. It's better to be prepared for an opportunity or a tragedy and not have it than to have that tragedy or opportunity come and not be prepared. So I'm asking people to recognize we learn management, time management, financial management. So that way we can create an income and a lifestyle that we won't put ourselves under because we're learning that, maturity, growing as individuals together and understanding that, don't overspend and so on and so forth. I mean, we're there to help people recognize, no, we can have a better quality of life using these services.
On your website, there's a lot of resources, and we're talking about the Unemployed Genius website. And I found this, and it kind of says what we're talking about right here. There's a video. Don't allow your life to be controlled by these 5 things. Now, you can watch the video, it goes into detail, but here are the 5 things, if I may, because it says
Go
everything
ahead.
right here.
Yep.
Don't allow yourself to be controlled by these things. One of them is your past. No brainer there, but we look at our past and that kind of dictates our future. Other people's opinions. Don't allow that to control your life. Limiting beliefs. We all have them, whether you want to admit it or not. Relationships and money. Wow, these are all so true. And, many of us will say, well, I don't make enough money. I have, challenges. There's probably a limiting belief that's connected to that. And maybe your relationships that are holding you back from making a certain amount of money. And maybe it's other people's opinions that are beating you down where you can. I'm just looking how your past dictates. I have a friend. She's a wonderful connector. She's got a heart of gold, single mom, not making a lot of money, has a charity, helps children. It's amazing. Doesn't make a lot of money. I know that her limiting belief is the way she was raised and also her previous marriage. That's part of what's holding her back and thinking that I'm not worthy enough to make money. So once you start doing a little bit of the work and digging in and using some of these tools, and certainly, we'll get to some of those, the coaching tools from Great Life that are available, life can start to change. It's all you, once you look at it from a different camera angle, right?
Yeah, and what those five things are, those things will and are going to happen in people's lives. Period. I mean, if you stop and think about it, but it's how we react to them. It's going to matter. Okay, it's the mindset. Okay, things will come your way. Okay, but is it important enough to you? Is it a priority? Are you making
Mm,
it a priority? Okay, what is it? I'm learning now because of everything I'm beginning to do to schedule certain time during the day, certain blocks, if you will, to do certain things, period, and end of story, as well as a different day of the week is focused on a certain part of the platform that I'm trying to build. Everything I'm trying to do. So now I got the schedule so I can have, it's called organizing. Okay. You got to be organized. So now I'm learning how to organize and manage and block time for myself to do certain things, certain days to do the other thing. So that way everything gets done and give yourself permission to do it, to get it done. And then, because it's all work. And it gives you more time and more peace of mind because you're getting things done rather than saying, well, I need this done, but I can't do it while I'm doing this. You need to learn how to manage, balance.
mm.
It's possible, but you also at the same time make the time to give yourself permission to make time for yourself, to have reflection on what you've accomplished, be thankful for what you have accomplished, regardless big, small, what have you. Even if it's just learning something, you figure out a few things, be thankful you learned from that. Use these things to help you to grow in multiple ways because you're taking yourself to levels you've never been before because you never did this before. In order to have what you never have, you got to do what you've never done. Okay, so we got to understand these concepts, and together we can build a community, teach each other, learn these things, and start speaking this life into other people because we want them to feel the same appreciation of who they are as we felt when people say, you're worthy. Give yourself that permission. You are meant for more, much more, and humanity is waiting for your contribution. And all you need to do now is step through the door and allow us to help you through your fear, discomfort, because it's all gonna be there. But at the end, it's gonna be worth it because you won't have that anymore. The opposite of fear, you'll turn that into faith. You turn being scared into excitement because they both have the same feeling. You'll learn that. You may not recognize it, but we'll show you and teach you certain things to break your barriers. And again, it's only for those who are willing to make change. Okay. You can be sick and tired all you want, but until you are ready to make action and willing, okay, we're here for you.
Like they say, and this was true in my life, when the student is ready, the teacher shows up, and I was ready. I and it and certain things showed up that gave me a lot of insight. Now you mentioned something a moment ago in terms of scheduling. Did you have challenges with time management?
Yeah, because I've put myself to where I have so much more going on. My mind never rests. I'm a visionary by trade. For whatever reason, God has given me that gift. And I opened up a bunch of programs or started so that way I can get things rolling because if you don't take action, you're not going to got to start. So I'd have, and through that process, I've learned about management. I learned that you can and need these certain things to get who you are going. Okay, me, which is a mentor, I want to help people recognize, give them the tools and the support. And so I'm building all kinds of tools and material, reading. I'm writing a book. Now I'm making my own digital products because of the book that I'm writing. And I'm actually on my second book, and my first one's not even published yet. It's like, wow, how that happened is because I got hungry and I
Mm.
recognized what it is I have. And then when God or my whoever is talking within my heart, I start writing things down and I create the material and look up some scripture and to help people recognize, um, the path that we should take, and it's all there. We all have it within us. And sometimes it's just common knowledge and not common practice, but we want people to recognize these certain things that they can exercise themselves that will help them to have a better quality of life, whether it be through reading, whether it be through video, whether it's through being part of a group, whether it be by inviting. You're going to learn so much, but it's going to give you peace, a peace of mind and a peace of heart. You got control. It's about you, okay? About having total control over every aspect of your life. And that's what you'll be learning to do and be content because it's a journey.
What was the biggest change that you made?
Mm. The biggest change I have made is to have peace while I'm going through some hard times with having things work. Not everything's going to go the way you're going to want it to. Okay. Murphy's Law, it's always going to be there. Okay. I'll guarantee you that a hundredfold. But again, then it's how we approach it. Okay. There's always a solution. And always don't give yourself permission not to get angry, knowing that things will happen. And if it's out of your control, you got to learn to have peace with that. And that's what I've also learned because I used to really get bothered, but I was taught patience. Okay, good.
Mm,
Again, everything we do is a journey. Everything's going to be a journey. It's not a destination. And again, we're not promised tomorrow. So we live for today, each day, one day at a time. We schedule ourselves to have a future. Okay, but we enjoy the moment along the way because that's part of the journey is enjoying the journey, whether it's a good one or a rocky one. We can learn from the Rockies. There's nothing wrong with the rain. Just learn to dance.
nah.
Yeah, it's your attitude. We're all human and we're all going to have these things. That will not be different. Okay, the only thing that can be different is how we handle it, how you proceed.
Would you say that in life there's a lesson in everything? Could be challenging times, maybe not, but look at the lesson. You've learned something along the way.
Well, the saying that life is the classroom is a true statement.
Hmm.
Okay. Um, School and education, and I'm not against it. I'm very for personal growth and education. But the college, high school and college, is just to help you with the basics to be able to be a human, okay, to be have some kind of knowledge and no, not be ignorant. And some people they don't even go through school. There's many people can't even read, and it's sad. But that's all that is. The real challenges are because if you're going to quit school and quit college, and if you can't succeed in that, okay, when life really comes at you, the real schoolroom, the real classroom, how are you going to par on your test? Okay, that's how I see it, and I've learned that as well. Life, you can learn so much, and that's the thing is you better go through class and learn because if you keep failing, that's foolish. It hurts. So I'm being serious. You need to embrace what you can do and know you can. It's not easy because you're gonna have a lot of people that you thought were your friends that are going to turn on you, even family. Okay, it will happen. It's just a matter of when. Um, but you got to recognize you're doing it for yourself without being selfish. Because if you can't build yourself or enjoy yourself and be who you are, then you're no good to anybody else because you're ruining. It's if you understand what I'm saying, it's very important. Nothing we do is selfish. It's our life. We're given it for a purpose and a cause. You're meant to live it. So live it. Don't let anybody else live it for you because a lot of people will rob you from living the type of life you want to live because of they feel as if they can't. So they'd rather pull you. It's better for someone to pull you down than it is for you to pull them up. Sometimes you just gotta let go and say, I tried, but you're too heavy.
Well,
It's
somebody said that to me at the right time, where the situation I was in, she said, those people in your life, they don't support you. They don't serve you at this point in your life. Things have changed. They don't serve you. And it was a hard one to really accept, but she was right. Things, we evolve, we change. The people that may have been in your life a couple of years ago or 10 or whatever, maybe they don't fit now, but that's part of the evolution. And certainly you said the word I totally believe in, and you don't know it until you know it, is peace. Do you have peace in your life? And this is part of finding that peace and also doing things for yourself. Um, Take that step and learn more. Now, if somebody wants to learn more about the Unemployed Genius, the Crusade, and the products that we're talking about is Great Life Worldwide, which $20 a month. initial fee, I think it's $49 to sign up, but that includes your first month of $20. You get all this information, all this insight, like having a life coach on demand when you want to talk with them, and all different types of ways to learn, whether you like to read, you like to listen, you like to watch. It's all right there. $20. Wow. And I'm not even done. There's more that comes with that membership, right? Tell us about
Sure
that.
is. With that $20, you actually get a choice of one of their products, whether it be nutritionally or digital, for your first month. So it could be any of their products actually. But after you join, become a member, there's in your back office, there's a way to apply and get that. Um, in June, they're starting up a savings club. It's through an app, which is
Mm.
added, no extra cost. It's part of the membership for $20, and it's for savings on travel, vacation, restaurants, gasoline. The way I understand, multiple areas, and no matter where you are when you travel, it will have a map of the area and where all these savings and discounts are. So if you wanted to go eat at a special place, or if you wanted to go see a movie or do what have you that you normally may be doing when you're out anyway, we'll show you places where you may better get discounts. So it's like, it's a good thing to have. It's like almost like MapQuest.
Wow.
It'll help you no matter where you are. And so, I mean, it's your money. You might as well keep it, get it back, save it, whatever. I mean, it's common knowledge again, not common practice.
For that $20 a month, again, you get access to all this material. And you showed us last time we got together, it was tons. Then, of course, we have access to you if somebody has a question or they need some direction. But the opportunity to make money, if you just share with others, you like the program, share it with somebody, you'll get a piece of whatever they spend. But also that one product, yeah, that's easily you're making up for signing up that $49 fee. Basically, it's a wash, at least that, by getting that one product of your choice free.
Yeah, like the GLP Extreme. I can't remember the member price. I think the member price for that, I'm thinking is $49. So it's like, you're actually getting a product at a membership cost
Right.
free, and you're getting your websites, you're getting all your tools, services, and your first months of the back office with all the digital products and everything. So becoming a member, you have access to all that, and they're constantly adding to their repertoire of marketing, whether it be through different social medias. Again, and I myself am now learning how to do various things. So I'll be having webinars and getting together with people and really getting together and talking about our growth, where it is you want to go, what it is you want to learn, but supporting one another. Okay, hearing testimonies. Okay, this is where we want to grow with one another, to help be accountable with one another, to help them succeed. You know, and then this everybody likes a pat on the back. I don't care who you are. Okay, and we're there to help you to say, when you do well, great, and when you're stuck, well, we've been there, and this is what we've done to get ourselves out of it. Give feedback to people. It's people wanting to help each other
Mm.
succeed, and you know, it's called humanity, way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, well, peace is part of that humanity,
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
and that GLP Extreme, just uh, for more clarity on that, that is a product that helps you lose weight, and it worked for you in like 7 weeks. You lost how much?
yeah. I went from 186 down to 165, 21
Wow.
pounds. So no, the product has multiple benefits. Weight loss is just one of them. It craves your hunger, it craves your willingness for sugar. Okay, it helps diabetes, people with diabetic who are diabetic with their sugar. I was diagnosed as being pre-diabetic. That's one reason why I decided to really focus a little bit more on some of my habits. And I'm thankful I did. I mean, I
Mm.
feel good, but as we get older, we got to recognize, in order to live and have a better quality of life, you should take care of yourself from the inside out.
Yep.
Okay, you
Yep.
start yourself from the inside, and then work with your mental being, wanting to from there on, you're all set.
Yeah.
as I'm concerned.
And there's a lot of focus on holistic and natural products. That's what all this is. That's what we're talking about here, not chemicals or anything like that. And that's just the products. There's so much more that comes with it. The unemployedgenius.com. Go there, check it out, start the conversation. You're available. I know that if you don't respond right away, you will get to, you'll follow up.
Yes,
Your
I'll
phone number's
follow up.
available too, right?
Yeah, the phone number 315-591-8287, and my email is franklin@theunemployedgenius.com. Although I have a few email addresses, you can send it there. Because I want to hear from you. I want to know what I can do. Even if you just got together and had our own personal conversation together, so that way you get to know me and I get to hear your story and see if it's a good fit for you. And again, not trying to get anybody to join anything. I want them to be a part of something, but you got to be willing, and we need to see if we're going to be a good fit, because there's a lot to offer to people. Okay. But are you willing to accept it and do what it needs to be taken done? Okay. We can show you, but you can get excited and start doing it. And then you'll when you start feeling the difference, it's a world of good,
You gotta want it. And
you got to want it.
among other things, hypnotherapy worked well for me. Just one modality. So I shared it with a loved one. Try hypnotherapy. I think it's going to be good for you. They took 3 sessions. They said, it's not working. It didn't do anything. I know their personality. I know. I'm 100% sure they weren't ready at that time. And this is what we're talking about. If you're ready for change, Unemployed Genius, the unemployedgenius.com. Start the conversation. Franklin, thank you so much for all the insight. Additional, we've talked before quite a few times, but dug deeper into the Crusade, and it's fantastic. Do you sleep like you're going nonstop?
Well, I'm doing a lot, and but I'm thankful. I'm learning as I go. I'm 65, but I'm loving what I'm doing. I want to be able to leave a legacy and help people to recognize they too can leave a legacy.
Thank you for today. We'll catch up soon, okay?
Thank you. Yep.
Appreciate it. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.